All right, let's get straight to the point. Today, we're analyzing a strategic paradox. Our mission is to understand why a language with, frankly, limited global use is seeing an absolutely unprecedented surge in demand. Let's begin. Think about it. From a purely logical standpoint, Japanese is a language that's really only useful inside the borders of a single country. It's not English, it's not a global lingua franca. And yet, the demand for it is just skyrocketing. We're here to figure out why. And this isn't some casual curiosity. This is a strategic assessment. Look at the facts on the ground. The next Japanese language proficiency tests, we're talking levels N3 and N4. They didn't just fill up. They reached maximum capacity long before the official deadline. The gates are shut. This isn't some weekend hobby club. This is a competition. And if you're not paying attention, you're already behind. So, let's dissect this thing. Part 1 of our briefing. The Japanese language paradox. We are going to break down this seemingly irrational trend and expose what's really driving it. Take a look at this number. Over 1,000. That's the student intake at just some Japanese language schools. To put that in perspective, that's bigger than many native Japanese high schools. Does that make any sense to you? It shouldn't. The surface logic is completely flawed, which tells us there's a much deeper strategic reason at play here. Let's just get rid of the trivial stuff right now. All the common assumptions you hear, they're wrong. And because they're wrong, they're useless. We're moving on to what's actually motivating people. Section 2, motivation. And let me be absolutely clear, this is about survival. It has nothing to do with a hobby. On the left, you see the usual noise, anime, cool tech, maybe some school credits. It's quaint. Now look at the right. This is the reality. This is people trying to escape political and economic instability. They're trying to find personal safety. They're trying to build a future that is literally impossible for them back home. The stakes? Well, they couldn't be higher. You need to understand the sentiment. For so many people, learning Japanese isn't a choice that comes from passion. It is a tool. It's a tool they need out of pure necessity. It's not about what you like. It's about what you must do to win. Let that sink in for a moment. So, the motivation is crystal clear. But why Japan? Why is that the chosen theater of operations? Let's analyze the strategic advantages it offers. Section 3, a language of opportunity. Choosing Japan isn't an emotional decision. It's tactical. First, it has clear, formal pathways for study and work. Second, it offers an incredibly high level of safety. Third, its economy is strong and, this is crucial, it has major labor shortages. And finally, that creates a powerful internal demand for people who can actually speak Japanese. It is a viable, high-value target. Now, let's compare our assets. Knowing English? That's expected. It's become a commodity. You know, when everyone has something, its strategic value plummets. But Japanese? That's an unexpected capability. It's a force multiplier. Having it doesn't just make you another candidate in the pile, it makes you a high-value asset. And this, right here, this is the core of the strategy. Japanese culture is globally famous. The brand is known everywhere. But the number of non-native speakers who are actually proficient is still incredibly low. That imbalance, high global recognition, low global supply, creates enormous value. Do you see the opportunity here? We've established the why. Now we move to the how. And I want you to listen very carefully. What follows is not a suggestion. It is protocol. Section 4, the only way to study. Let's just immediately shoot down the most common mistake I see, confusing activity with achievement. Doing as much as possible is what amateurs do. It's inefficient, it leads to burnout, and it wastes your most valuable resource, your time. We don't reward effort. We reward results. From this moment on, your definition of studying is being recalibrated. It is not reading a textbook. It's not filling a notebook with scribbles. The mission is singular, successful memorization. If you can't recall the information when it counts, you haven't studied. You've just been busy. This is your operational procedure. Step 1, set a clear, tiny objective. 5 words. 1 grammar point, not 50, 5. Step 2, execute. You memorize it. Step 3, test your recall, and you do it without looking at your notes. The entire point is to pull it from your brain. Step 4, if you can do it, objective secured. You're clear to move on. If you can't, you go right back to step 2. You do not advance until the previous objective is secured. This is how you achieve mastery. Now let's talk about the timeline, because your window of opportunity is closing fast. The JLPT registration deadline is April 7th. If you miss that window, you are on the sidelines until August. The world moves on without you. Do not let yourself be sidelined. We're at the end game now. This brings us to our final point, and it has nothing to do with anyone else. It's only about you. Section 5. Your decision is final. Look, the board is set. Your competitors are already in Japan, working, living, using the language. The other test takers, they've already registered. They have made their move. The only variable left in this entire equation is you. The school, the company, they just provide the arena. But the one who actually executes the plan, the one who wins or loses, that is you. Never, ever forget that. The time for thinking is over. It is time to act, execute.